can.
We got this.
And we're live.
Let's roll.
Welcome to the Odd Frog Chop Shop, your one-stop podcast for all things toy, design, collectible, comic book, video game, movies, pop culture, and more. And now please welcome your hosts, Kelly Greenwood and Eddie Hermosillo.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. Welcome to a special episode of the Odd Frog Chop Shop. Y'all know me as co-founder and president of Frog Entertainment, Eddie Hermosillo. My best friend over there, Kelly Greenwood.
What's up, guys?
And we got Mikey, the producer, down here, and he's also part of Odd Frog. Again, we're here with a very special episode. We have a lot of things have been going on with Odd Frog Entertainment and the Bandito, and we're just here to push sales, give news, and give updates. And we have a lot of special guests here today, so it's going to be a cool one.
Let's start introducing them.
Let's do it.
First and foremost, we have our project manager for Odd Frog Entertainment and the Bandito and Action Vehicles, Mr. David Vonner.
What up, brothers?
What's up, Vonner? How you been?
Yo, thank you so much for having me, man. It's so good to be here.
Always.
Excited.
What's up, Dead Man? Next, we have Tony Kittrell. Am I saying that right, Tony?
100% right on the first try.
Okay.
Excellent.
There we go.
Excellent.
Thank you for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, Tony. And then next, we have from the Shadow Nose Network, we have Alex and we have Chet. What's up, guys?
What's up, man?
How's it going? How's the day?
We got a full house.
Indeed.
So why don't we go ahead and just kind of go around the room and give just a little quick background of who you are and what brings
We'll start
you here
with
today.
David.
Coolio. Well, my name is David Vonner. Been developing and designing toys for like, almost 30 years now. Worked on a little bit of everything from horror with Spencer Gifts to superheroes with Marvel and Hasbro to wrestling with Mattel. Did a little stint down in Florida at Jazzwares working on some Hanna-Barbera stuff. So I kind of touched on a little bit of everything to encompass my childhood into my professional career. So and now working independently, helping independent creators and developers bring their ideas to fruition. And one of the crews that I'm working with is the Odd Frog group, with their Bandito. And this is a very fun, very special, and very out of the box kind of a product, man. So I'm so happy to be here, so happy to be a part of the team and to help this come to life, man. It's so dope. Thank you so much.
We're honored and grateful to have you, David. Thank you. And then Tony, how about yourself?
I'm Tony Kittrell. I'm the CEO and founder of Advent Comics, and we are celebrating our 15th anniversary this year. Thank you. We've been doing it, and Advent's motto is that we're putting the soul back in the comics. We're giving fans what they want, every genre, everything. We go whole hog. We give you high quality art, top notch creators, interesting storylines, and characters that are fun. And we're pretty successful. We've been doing this thing before we got United States distribution. We were selling in 54 countries. We've got Diamond distribution in 2019, and we've been rocking and rolling ever since. Walmart and a couple other places have picked us up, so we're doing it, and we look forward to working with you guys now.
That's fantastic. We are too.
Considering us, man. We were glad to have you here.
Likewise.
That's a little bit of a cat out the bag right there.
Didn't know that much, huh?
Alex, how about you?
Hey, Alexander Storm from the Shadow Nose Network YouTube channel. Screenwriter. Some of the biggest projects I worked on was a treatment for George Romero's Night of the Living Dead and the producers from Final Destination. We do a podcast, the Toy Box Chronicles, on Wednesday nights. and Pixel Plastic Ink. And, we're also starting to get into some toy photography. We've done a bunch of comic book work and everything else. So we know Mr. Kettle over there. And, down below us, my buddy Chet Maddox.
Great segue. How about you, Chet?
Yeah, man. Hey, first off, this is great. I appreciate the opportunity to be here. So I'm with Shadow Nose Network, co-host of Toy Box Chronicles and Pixel Plastic Ink. As Mr. Storm had said, I've always been an avid toy collector. In my past life, was a photographer, and decided to take the leap and jump into toy photography. But we've been doing a lot around the YouTube verse and inside of conventions, and I used to do a lot of streaming on my own, and as a internet personality, and decided to join forces with Shadow Nose Network. So I'm happy to be here, always in front of the camera. Usually I'm like the lovely, gorgeous host, but I mean this room is full of like so much sex appeal that I just don't think it's gonna. I'm trying, but I don't know. I tried to tone it down for you, buddy. But yeah, I know. But Mike, you gotta bring that sass back. But yeah, I'm a nerd through and through. I enjoy anything and everything comic and toy related. So it is what it is. Happy to be here, man.
Awesome. Happy to have you. So yeah, today is all about showing the community what the Bandito is, asking questions. We've been getting a lot of new followers, a lot of new interest in the website. We've got a lot of things going on behind the scenes. So we've got some reveals today. But really, we want the audience to be asking questions, and I'll try to pop over here to Instagram to see what's going on too. So welcome, everybody. There's a lot of people in Instagram right now, so welcome, guys. We want your questions. What do you want to know about the Bandito?
We got the answers.
Yeah, exactly.
You can get your questions directly through YouTube on the platform we're on now, so that makes it a little easier, but Kelly will try and get to Instagram if possible.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but if you're on Instagram and you can join us, come on over to YouTube. I want to say what's up to Deadman. I think I sent you a link, Deadman, but you're welcome to join us as well. And if I didn't, I'll get you one shortly.
Hey, we got a question right out of the gate.
All right, awesome. What's up?
Does this Bandito have a P55Y magnet? From JoJo.
Well, it does have magnetics. So
okay, what's the inside joke?
It went right over Kelly's head.
Right.
I'll tell you that. That's all I gotta know. It is a magnet.
All I see is
Thank you, JoJo. Thank you.
Gigawatts. That's all I get.
Right.
no, I didn't.
Thank you, JoJo. Thank you.
But
all right. Good way to start the show.
What an icebreaker. There we go. But yeah, the Bandito, I mean, it is a magnet in its own. We're trying to attract all sorts of people. You know, we're trying to take a direction to where we're merging like the customizing world with the vehicle world, when we're making our own little genre action vehicles. You know, we want to be parallel with action figures in a vehicle form. We're gonna have kits. We've brought other people on board, and I know we just have a lot in store to show you guys, and some licensing deals that are in the works. Some have been signed, and yeah, we have some stuff to preview, and it's just exciting. It is a magnet, and it's attracting everything we can think of. You know what I'm saying? So we're thinking of stuff, we're lining things up, and it's attracting what we want right now. So
Eddie, can you show the prototype?
Yeah, I got the prototype here. So right behind me, we have two versions. We have the basic, the stock model, which is going to be a matte black version. Highly detailed, all the doors open, trunks open, engines open.
Car battery functions as a light switch.
So yeah, the car battery itself, you know, it's a battery, like you click it and now the lights turn on.
That is so fly.
It fits your average 6 to 6.5 inch figures. This is
dashboard lights up.
Dashboard, that's Mezco cousin Eddie in there. Plenty of room, fits about 4 figures. comfortably.
in the trunk.
Couple in the trunk if things go
Yeah, fit them
sideways.
in the trunk. Oh, look, I got one in the trunk. Speaking of, there you go.
Nice,
Oh,
nice.
can you
Body
zoom
in
in on
front.
that? What is that?
We
That
call
looks
that
like
the
one of-
Hoffa department.
That looks like one of Dead Man's victims in the trunk.
It is one of our other. Yeah. So, I mean, again, this is the prototype. We have one being assembled by David Vonner and the manufacturing team. We have another one. These have all been assembled in-house by us. So now we have another one coming. We plan on going to con soon with showing off all the kits and whatnot. So even with the simple changing of the hood scoop, again, you can expose your engine, you can swap out the engine, and then that just gives you a different profile in itself. Of course, you can put like a different hood, and it's just, I mean,
It's got, speaking of magnets, it's got, thank you, Victory. The seats are adjustable, removable, and magnetic. So there's a little magnet and a groove on which they slide back and forth, so you can fit little bigger characters in there.
so let me
Magnets
show
gonna
off
get me
what
every
a
time
simple a simple paint job and a swap of rims, you could end up with something more like this.
Nice, nice. Low rider style.
Right.
Yeah, same concept. Same, so it takes the same body. You just swap out the rims, different bumpers, different grills,
Thank you, Victory.
and yeah, we have other ideas like I guess. I mean, we have
Jojo, you need the lowrider.
yeah, the lowrider is what I'm really trying to I guess showcase in a way that appeals to a lot of people. Same as a muscle car does, but I think just knowing that you could change it completely into like a lowrider with the paint job and rims, or even if you added bigger wheels, we have models for lift kits. You can make it look like it's off road, and we have ideas for sci-fi stuff. We have I just brought a modeler on board, and I just sent him a contract, so we're looking at defining what I think we're going with like 5 kits, and then we're gonna evolve those kits, and then he's gonna render them, model them, and then we'll show them in 6K resolution renders, high detail renders. I'll post some of his work. I should say his name. It's maybe I can type it in the chat or send a link. But I mean, yeah, I mean we brought David Vonner. We have with David Vonner on board. We've just expanded this to a whole different thing. You probably saw a lot of our posts now, including Bandito Radio, which is another avenue we're taking that will be included with the Bandito. We're incorporating, I guess you could say, like multiple. We want to include multiple senses. You know what I'm saying? So
The world is growing.
Yeah,
Right.
you exactly. The world is going. So you got the visuals, you got the toy photography, the customizability, and now we're bringing the whole auditory sense into it with music and I mean, I guess we can let David Vonner explain some of that. He was
I
man,
mean,
this
it's kind of like you know the game Grand Theft Auto, where you can steal a car and hop in the car and listen to the radio. Well, with the Bandito, man, the idea is that have an immersive experience with the actual car. You know, when we have our collections, or we're reading comics, or we're drawing,
customizing your Bandito.
whatever it is that we're doing, music is always in the background, right? So this is enabling the collector to actually be immersed in the experience of the Bandito, to have the soundtrack of the car, not only be the essence of everything, but the essence of your collection. You can pop in, turn it on, and you're listening to an exclusive, soundtrack of the Bandito. And the cool thing about it is, man, that we have independent music artists of all genres: hip hop, country, metal, rock, electronic. We have all genres, covered. So, it's all about experiencing the Bandito and being immersed in it. And it's so cool because it's not just, a toy or car, man. This is like part of your display, part of your collection. With me, the 3 C's are connectability, collectability, and customization. And That's what this product totally embraces. You know, the customization is super dope, and anybody can customize it any way they want. It seamlessly fits right into your collection, and it can connects into everything, you know. So just like how how Eddie has the Mezco figure in there, like this is, you know, for the guys who always wanted Blade to have his vehicle, or Ghost Rider, or, you know, as we got Tony here, you know, one of his characters, man, that is like totally like one-to-one connected with this type of style and type of vibe, that now we can actually have the vehicle as part of the story. It's part of the collection. It's part of the entire vibe that we're doing. And it's also like a multimedia thing. This is like purchasing a mixtape or purchasing an album. When you purchase the Bandito, you're actually purchasing the soundtrack, the vibe, the essence of the car. You know what I mean? So
Totally.
So speaking of vibe, Mud Scuffer asks, "Does the seat lay back so my figs can get it on while listening to Marvin Gaye?"
So, although it is a coupe, I mean, the bucket seats in the back are quite comfortable. Again, I fit,
and they are removable.
Yeah, you can remove the front seat. I mean, you got plenty of room to I mean, whatever your heart desires.
You know how we are. We're gonna get it in when you fit it in. You know what I'm saying? So ain't nothing gonna stop the loving. Nothing gonna stop the loving.
We've got Marcelo Bugna backstage. I think I'm saying that correctly, but he's the brains behind Ruru Toys. I don't know if you guys have heard of him, but we'll bring him here in a second when he pops back onto the camera. But one thing I did want to mention too is that, you know, I'm working on a comic book right now, Tony. And what I'd like to see also as the radio idea develops is, you know, keeping it in the world of that we're creating. So, you know, as something happens in the comic, I want it to be reported as a news break into the radio.
There you go.
I love that tie-in. Yeah.
Yeah. So keep that in mind, because we'd love to have you do similar stuff. We can, you know, like
that.
Okay, cool.
I'm all about collaboration.
Oh, there was a break-in at the INTC building this morning. Reporters on the ground say blah, 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 and it further ties you into that world that we're
on
building.
The south side today. You know? Yeah.
Yeah, and same with you guys, Shadow Nose. I mean, as you get things jumping off, even anything, it doesn't have to be a comic book. If there's something within the world of toy in that fantasy, it's going to be real in the radio. So, yeah.
Absolutely. I know Chet's been waiting to get a hold of the Bandito, start taking some photographs and everything. And again, he's been purchasing equipment like crazy. He's been breaking our bank accounts.
And by the way, some of the photos that have been taken while it was on the Bandito road trip are just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Deadman who set that up, and everybody that has been a part of it. Thor 2012. First Strike Figs,
insightful imagery,
insightful.
If we're leaving you out, we apologize.
And then Skydro, one of my and we're actually those images still may come into play, so that's an interesting thing as well. But that was a great thing that happened to kind of get it out into actual professional photographers' hands to see what it can do and stuff. So Skydro, thank you, Mudscuffer.
and can we just mention just to get back to the Bandito radio, which is super dope. We have Howlin' Jim Jackson, who was voiced by Mike Cantrell, you know what I'm saying? And we also have, you know, our late night horror show, Myra's Morgue of Midnight Madness. And, you know, with these programs, and also we'll have like other shows, other tie-ins to it, that it really brings this whole cool experience with the Bandito. So it's like, it's a round the clock thing, a 24-hour thing. We'll be streaming, we'll be offering actually a new type of business for independent artists, you know, to actually
and advertisers,
right? Advertisers, music programs, different stories. You know, as far as what's in the comic books, it can also be broadcasted on Bandito Radio. So there's really not anything like that on the market right now with what we're doing, and this is going to be, you know, a super dope experience, and you're already seeing it right now. You know, Bandito Radio is already taking a life of its own, and so it's just super proud and super dope to be a part of.
Well, I
Thank
have
you.
the most recent commercial ready to go if we want to watch.
Mike, I was up at like 4:00 this morning, and one of the reels I came across on the internet was the Howling Jack. I didn't know that was you. Okay, that was cool. Yeah, that was cool.
I was telling these guys earlier that's definitely a character that I love doing, and I'd do it full time. Like,
what we're working for.
yeah,
We've got Marcelo Bugna in here. He is the founder of Ruru Toys and Collectibles. It looks like he's having a bit of a streaming issue, but Marcelo, we're just going to leave you in here, bro. And when you pop back on, we'll introduce you and all that.
Victory Leo says I'm going to have Luke and Danny rolling in style in the Bandito.
I feel like I'm gonna have to bring one of my shows to Bandito Radio at this point because
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you know it wouldn't be Bandito Radio if I wasn't on it. No, I'm just kidding.
There you go.
Right. Do it.
Yeah,
we need more. We have more hours to fill, so we need show segments. We need DJs. You know, we found another gentleman by the name of Patrick who actually has a radio or has his own radio program here in Boyle Heights in California, and he recorded a bit, and we're gonna bring his little segment to Bandito Radio so it incorporates like actual. So it's gonna be dope.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
It'll be like MTV, how the VJs have blocks. Yeah, your block.
Right.
Yeah, Headbangers Ball. It'll be the same thing, man. Each DJ will have its own block on Bandito Radio. So
I see the vision.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, and the Myra's Morgue of Midnight Madness thing is really cool because it's like whether you're kind of like an ASMR person that likes to fall asleep to these kind of cool things, or
That's
if you're me too. My vision for it too is also like you're up late at night, you're inspired, you've got the lights all set up for your toy photography, or you're working on your comics, stuff like that. You know, that's my vision for it. But
and it just inspires you. It inspires you. And it's coming from your collection. You know what I mean? It's like your collection is alive.
Yeah. Guys, real quick, let's introduce Marcelo. Marcelo, how do you pronounce your last name?
Oh yeah.
Can you hear us? Can you hear us, Marcelo?
I think he froze on my screen.
Yeah.
Hi everyone in the chat.
Okay. Well, we'll just keep him on there. When he can pop in, he can pop in. But
he said hi everyone in the private chat. So
hey, how's it going, Marcelo? There we go.
There he is. Hey, Marcelo. Still not sure if he can hear us.
That's that AOL dial-up, baby.
Yeah.
14K.
Now, if Kelly told him how to set things up, it might be.
He's on those Blockbuster CDs.
Right.
Come on, we know.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
Blink once if you're okay.
All right. Well, we'll just keep it going here. And
we'll throw him in the trunk of the Bandito.
Marcelo's got a really cool 112 vehicle that we're working with him on to help get into manufacturing, try to get him a quote and stuff like that, called the Night Wolf. Ooh. And it's a Hummer style military vehicle. So yeah. So it's like, Odd Frog, my vision from the beginning, when I was a kid, I fell in love with Image Comics because I always wanted to be a comic book artist. But it's like I wanted to own my ideas. I didn't want to create a character and then have somebody else get all the credit for it. You know, it's just that I created it. And so when they did Image Comics, I just like that was a total game changer about what could be done as far as creative ownership. And so I really envision it being like that, where Odd Frog is a go-to place for creators that have good ideas and, maybe a good following so that it can have a chance of getting done. And, we want to help. And like I said earlier before the show, a rising tide raises all ships. And I just feel like all of us can grow together. It looks like you got a better connection, Marcelo.
Hey,
Can you hear us, Marcelo?
So, hey, Kelly, in the meantime, we just steak juice. I just got here from a TikTok video I just watched. How much is this car you're making? Let's get down to the nitty gritty.
Let's get on the
Yes.
numbers.
It depends on where you pre-order it, but the base price is $185. But it's 76 pieces. What's up, Marcelo? I still don't think he can hear us.
Hey, Kelly, what's up?
there you go.
there he is.
Now I can hear you.
Welcome, Marcelo.
Marcelo, why don't you just introduce yourself and just say a little bit about what you're doing and who you are?
I think he might have been in for a second and then out.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk.
So yeah, it's $185. It's 76 pieces of
Pre-order.
injection molded ABS plastic. It's approximately 19 inches long, 5.5 inches tall, 6 inches wide. You can pre-order it right now at oddfrogentertainment.com or Nerdzoic or Hella Dope Toys. We're hoping to expand that distribution. So, stuff like this we're doing today gets the attention. When we can get those orders up, other distributors start to get more interested.
I did want to bring up a point I think we talked about. I think is important. Can you talk a little bit about how the base of the Bandito is colored? So, like, is the paint injected? Is it top coated? Because I think that's super important, because one of the things that I actually really love about the Bandito is the way that it photographs, and I think that has a lot to do with the way that it's kind of colored, and I think that's super important when we're talking about what people are actually getting when they're pre-ordering, and like what the quality is like. If you can touch on that a little bit, that'd be cool.
Absolutely, Eddie. I'm gonna let you shoot on that. It's more than just the texture and stuff. It's also Eddie's line work and stuff on it and crisping that up. But Eddie, shoot.
So yeah, the lines and the details are all there. Would be obviously in the tooling, but it would be high injection molded and like a matte black plastic. So it won't really like reflect light like that. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be matte black, so it accepts more. It accepts paint jobs a lot easier. You don't have to like apply a primer or anything. Almost like a primer finish to it. A nice matte black that you can apply decals. You can apply all sorts of stuff to it. We're actually working on some licensing deals on an idea for wrap styles for the car. So not only will you be able to put like decals and flames, but entire wraps that encompass the car of themes and various other things that we have in the works. But yeah, high injection molded plastic, all the pieces.
The pellets will be the matte black. Yeah,
exactly. And it'll be like, there'll be finishes on the inside with like texture finishes, like on the seats and stuff. But like the base, a nice flat black, it looks like it's ready, mean, gritty, muscle, ready to roll, or do what you want to do with it. Apply a body kit, do this, do that, and then give it its paint job, I guess. You like the kits we want, you can have the kits. You would order the kits, and then you would be also like a matte black. So then you apply the kits and then give it your paint job, and bam, you're good to go.
Yep. And in production, we'll follow that, to a T by, having the matte black finish, like Eddie said, it'll be injection molded with some paint, with some, and we'll sandblast some areas and all that to really give that good, finish and texture and everything. And to really make it a one-to-one representation of the model, so what you see is what you're going to get.
Mm-hmm. And it provides opportunities to expand licensing because it takes DIJ so well. And DIJ is a process of printing images onto your products that gets it's not just a tampo print. It can do detail. And maybe that's a good way to segue into a bit of a reveal that we have. What do you think, David?
Yeah, man, go ahead. Do it.
So a couple weeks back, we got the opportunity through one of our friends and team members here on Odd Frog, who's friends with Ron Chaney, who is the licensor of the Lon Chaney and Lon Chaney Jr.
Can you hear us, Marcelo?
Right?
Can you hear us, Marcelo?
That's the title of this episode.
Where's Marcella?
Sorry, lawn painting. Go ahead.
So anyways, yeah, if some of you aren't familiar with who that is, Lon Chaney Jr. was Wolfman. His dad was Lon Chaney Sr., who is the man of 1,000 faces. And, that's some really big news for us. And Marcelo, we're just introducing an idea here that, or a licensed product we just got. So if your connection's still good when we're done with this, we'll introduce you and we'll talk about what you're doing.
Okay.
Great. Looks like you got a better connection there. So just bear with us for a few minutes.
I have to run like 2,000 miles, but now I'm better,
Okay, great.
Just stay right there.
Hold really still.
Right.
Not too still, though, because then we won't know if you're on there.
And on one leg.
But we'd like to show some images. We pitched an idea to Ron Chaney, and he was on board. He hadn't seen anything like this. He wasn't necessarily aware of the 112 photography community. And, maybe we can even get into what we're doing with Tony, if we could talk about that a little bit. I don't know. I'll leave that up to you guys. But Mikey, if you have them, here's a couple images that we designed to pitch to the Lon Chaney estate. And these are, they may not end up looking like this, but
initial concepts.
These are the initial concepts. Ooh. So I don't know if you guys have heard it, but there's this lost movie called London After Midnight, starring Lon Chaney Sr., man of 1,000 faces. And it burned up in a fire at a studio a long, long time ago. So they're doing lots of things like trying to recreate it with AI and stuff like that. But to me, it looked like this kind of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde kind of vibe. So I just played with that on the design. And this is what I mean. What you can do with a matte black finish is it handles paint really, really well. It handles photography really, really well. So we can offer these as a piece to put with a collection you may already have, or one you want to build around it, or put it in a collection you're building around something. And, and again, to kind of showcase what can be done with that nice matte black finish. So great question, Chet.
Yeah, and this is super dope too, because it's almost like
Can you bring that back up, Mikey?
Yeah, I was going to bring up the next one, but okay.
Or like a funny car or a NASCAR, car, man, where you can actually have these cool graphics on the vehicle. I mean, like, look at that. That is just very dope.
That's amazing.
And very unique too.
That's amazing.
Now that one, I think we all recognize.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. If you don't know who Lon Chaney is, then you actually are not a student of films, because him and his son are both. If you think about the old classic Universal monsters, you can't get that without Dracula and all the others. And you've definitely got to see this. So when you were telling me about this, Kelly, I was absolutely excited about it, because I was like, wow, this is going to really be amazing. And just looking at the artwork here, it just blows you away of what you can do with the Bandito.
Thank you, Alexander. Thank you.
Appreciate that, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to do. And, hopefully we can offer exclusives this way and entice some exclusives. I want to offer stuff to Nerdzoic, who's been so great to us, and Hella Dope Toys. So, the more of this kind of stuff we can showcase, the better, in my opinion. And then who knows what else is possible once we've established a relationship and a working relationship with this licensor. There could be other opportunities for us as a company.
And we also too, we also have another known retail partner in the works. We're finalizing the details on that, as well as some other licenses too. So what you see with this, you can only imagine where we're going to go with other licenses and other brands too.
A lot of good possibilities.
The sky's the limit.
Yeah.
Yep.
We've done a few more concepts for other brands and other IPs that have also gone over very well. So it, again, like people keep saying, the customizability aspect is there, and what you can do with it is only limited to your imagination. Because just imagine that same base model with a lifted kit, but now you have maybe some potential blood splatter and some more graphic scenes, and again, changes the whole mood, different lighting. same body, same car, different kit, and it gives different life to it, a different story every time. Everybody's car is going to be different, some unique way.
Like this one.
That's why you gotta get 2 of them.
Toy Box says, I have a lot
That's
of nice
right.
ladies that will look fantastic with the Bandito car. Hope you all do a cyberpunk theme one too.
Yeah.
Again, that
You know, list of
endless
kits, actually. We have like a sci-fi cyberpunk theme one. We have to finalize what that looks like with the modeler, but we'll be showing some renderings hopefully pretty soon towards the end of this month, beginning of next month, that should blow you guys' mind, because the work this guy does is jaw-dropping.
Yeah, and the comic book graphic novel, it's 65 pages of our own original story, is about 20 years set in the future. So it's got I wouldn't say cyberpunk, but it's definitely a slight futuristic vibe with flying vehicles that are still kind of old technology. So that plays right into the kits we're trying to build. Think Neutrino Kids from TMNT, just like way blown out.
Deadman has joined us.
Welcome, Deadman, to the show.
I joined like 10 minutes ago. Y'all are rude, man.
Sorry, bro. Sorry.
I'm just
David,
kidding.
you've met Deadman on another show, but Deadman, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us how you're working with Odd Frog Entertainment?
I'm Deadman 1.
How did you meet us?
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's a long story, but I could try and shorten it up. I remember seeing you guys straight out the gate when you guys were trying to do the Bandito with a Kickstarter with a really ridiculous number. And there was some craziness going on in the community about some people that you were involved with before. So I decided to try and help you guys clear that air. And basically just kind of check for myself to see what was going on, And I did a live with you guys on Instagram. It was a super successful live, and there was a ton of people there. And then, at the end of it, kind of wished you guys luck. And then like 2 years later, I seen you guys still plugging away at it. And I was like, man, these guys are not going to quit. The passion is there. There's absolutely no way I'm going to let these guys sit alone anymore. So I offered some people from the community to take some photos of the Bandito, and that developed into the Victims of Deadman. Right now, just a horror head sculpt line, but I believe there's more for that in the future. Also, I run a toy community group called Toy Mercs on Instagram. I'm the co-founder. I founded that with a Toy God Original. Don't consider myself really I don't really run that community because Toy Mercs is for everybody. Everybody's involved. I try and keep everyone that wants to be involved as much as they want to be involved, and having just as much say as I do in what happens with Toy Mercs, because it's just the way communities need to be, I also do a show every Wednesday called The Skeleton's Tomb. I'm the co-host on that.
Shout out to Skelly.
Mercs, sound off in the chat.
But yeah, Deadman for us, not aside from being a great friend and a huge proponent of Odd Frog and the Bandito, was kind of my first proof of function with experimenting with a different someone else's idea and trying to make it into something. So we're still working on it. We're still dialing in, working out all the bugs of it and stuff. But it's a great idea, and I look forward to building more upon that.
Toy Box says, if you all need more photographers, I'd love to do some work for you all.
Nice.
Excellent.
Nice. Yo, we got to get into that Advent Comics, though.
Yeah, let's do that. Perfect.
Real quick before we do that, I was going to say, PL Toy Photography is an amazing photographer. If you're not following him on Instagram, go check out his work. Same with Mudscuffer. Mudscuffer does some cool stuff. It's mostly Star Wars, but he does some horror. Dude, his horror up there most of the time, I'd say beyond mine.
Oh, a Vader Dido. That would be cool.
When's the Deadman Dido coming out?
Yeah, right? Maybe sooner than you think.
Whoa.
Let's talk about Advent Comics. Tony, what caused you? I assume you were like me growing up as a kid, and everybody else here just in love with comics. And what led you down the path?
my two passions as a kid growing up were comics and action figures.
Yep.
I used to have all the old Migos, the Marvel Migos, the DC Migos, Conan, you name it. I had a room full of toys. I had Micronauts toys. But the thing that I always had to have with all those toys that I do, I always was a vehicle guy. I had the Batmobile. I had the Micronauts Astro Lab. I had the G.I. Joe Snow Panther. I mean, it just had the toys that had the his tag. I've always been a toy guy. So when I heard about what you guys were doing, I was like, I gotta be a part of that. Toys that accompany the characters, just a win-win situation. I was like, whatever these guys are doing, I gotta help them. I want to be a part of this. And I saw what you guys were putting out, and I was like, a muscle car too? Sign me the hell up. Sign me the hell up. But no, Advent Comics came along because I was a comic book guy. And I got out of it for a while. When life takes you different places. I lost, after the Image era, I lost comic books for a little bit. Adulthood took over. I was a career firefighter, family. So I started getting back into comics in the late 90s, early 2000s. And, I was like, some of the things I didn't see in comics, I wanted to bring to comics. I was like, do it yourself. And, it started after a chance meeting at San Diego Comic-Con in 2009. So I met Mr. Varner here, and it just blew up from there. And, we've been rolling ever since. And Advent is just, we're doing it. We have over 25 of our regular titles. We have creator-owned titles. We're doing it all right now. So I want to bring some of what Advent is doing to the toy community, and hopefully, people like it and respond to it. And I figured you guys would be perfect people to do it with.
Man, absolutely. And we're honored to have you. So thank you for those kind words. I really appreciate that.
No, yeah, your work speaks for itself.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Like lots of things coming up. That's interesting, Tony, because I have my graphic novel right now that I'm literally just trying to get it done. I've got 15 more pages to ink out of 65.
Okay.
But maybe we can talk about that. I'd love to show it to you.
We definitely can talk about it. Definitely.
Okay.
Didn't you tell me that was 12 pages just fucking Friday, Kelly?
I had a couple beers Friday, so I might.
Hey, it's the same. Yeah, it's the same.
Or Marcelo.
Oh, we got Marcelo.
Hey,
all right.
Yes.
Marcelo.
Back again, Now I'm in the middle of the street.
Watch out for traffic.
Well, real quick, tell us about Ruru Toys Collectibles and the Night Wolf and what you're trying to do.
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you a lot, all of you, for the opportunity to show my products here. Very excited about all this stuff. Really, really love the Bandito.
Full screen this guy, guys. Full screen him.
Thank you.
I really love
the
Bandito, man.
Thank
and
you.
Of course, we are everything here for our passion, toys, having fun, trying to do something original, something different. And well, I am here now with the process of the Night Wolf. I would like to say also Kelly, because he's helped me to make things happen in the 1/12 scale. And I don't know, Kelly, if you have a couple of pictures of the Night Wolf, because I'm scared to show you a picture and lost connection again,
No problem. Let me see if I can find one real quick and share my screen. Give me just a second here. Now, you know what? It's not going to let me because I've got it on my Instagram thing, which I'd have to end the live to show it. But you know what, Marcelo, we'll start putting them up on our Instagram to show people and stuff like that too. Yeah, awesome. Absolutely.
Where did we go? Did we just cover? Oh, there he is. Never mind. Sorry.
But no, we're your idea was so far along that I was like, oh yeah, we got to help this guy because
can you tell us a little bit more about it though?
Yeah, can you tell us about it? It looks to me like it's a military style vehicle with just with all sorts of detail.
Yeah, well, the whole history starts like 5 years ago when I decided to make the Nightwolf. It was originally made in 1/18 scale, and hopefully we have it for sale the second half of 2025 in 1/18 scale. Now we are trying to push a Kickstarter for make it happen in 1/12 scale. Basically, it's a military vehicle that you can put up to 6 figures inside, and also have a working suspension. You have the doors that opens half of the door to the roof and the other half to the floor of the vehicle. They are not conventional doors. And also you have a bed like a pickup truck where you can put like another 4 figures. And we are trying to make multiple guns on top, so you can switch the guns. We are planning to make a turret, and there are other three, like a rocket launcher, another cannon, and maybe some kind of laser gun. So you can customize the Nightwolf the way you want it. And basically, that's the whole idea.
Did you say you currently have a Kickstarter?
Very cool.
Yeah, we are trying to make a Kickstarter maybe in May.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that will be answered more than for Kelly because we are working on the tooling. We need to know how much it's gonna cost. So
Gotcha.
then we have to decide if the Kickstarter is possible.
Awesome.
Yeah, exactly. And we're working on that right now. We have a brilliant engineer in Hong Kong with manufacturing. And, we're going to look around and see if we can find the best price. Maybe David, you can even help us shop that around. And
absolutely.
But I loved it because it fits right into the idea of action vehicles, customizable, lots of guns, and the ability to make it your own. So,
and this dives a little bit more into what Odd Frog can also do for other creators.
Right. Further proof of function for the actual vision of Odd Frog. Yep.
Exactly.
So, and as you know, Marcelo, we've been talking with emails. Johnny, they have a hard time in China. I don't think they have access to Google Drive, so it's an interesting thing to try to get them files sometimes. But I believe he has them now, and we should know probably by the end of tomorrow.
Dropbox, baby. Use Dropbox.
Awesome. That's what I did.
Dropbox,
That's what I did. Yep, that's what I did. But we're happy to have you, and thanks for coming on. And where can people see it right now if they were to go online?
Well, you can check it out in my Instagram, Ruru.Toys, and also in Facebook, Ruru Toys Combat Collectibles.
We'll make sure Kelly puts the link in the show description here.
Yeah, I will. I'll put the link in it. And that's Uru, URU Toys.
Yeah, I'm gonna look that up.
So check that out, guys. Check that out.
That sounds really good.
Yeah, I will check that out. I'm interested to see what this is about.
Yeah.
But guys, again, today is all about pushing sales on the Bandito. We really want you to help out our distributors. So, if you guys are thinking about getting one, right now it is free to pre-order. That's not going to stay that way in the new year because we are close to production. And so, we'll be wanting everybody to secure their order soon. But right now, if you feel like you want one, it's accessible for you to go secure your spot in line, essentially. And that comes with a lot of things. Eddie and I want to put a pink slip in it, of authenticity. And there's lots of little extras in the dashboard. And the future plans for the Bandito are just limitless once we get it to market. And like we said, lowrider kits, sci-fi, off-road, road warrior, all that stuff is achievable. Thank you, Victory. Thank you.
It'd be really cool if you had a figure or two to go with it.
We actually do have a figure that we're working on for the Odd Frog comic, a couple of them actually. You know what, Mikey, if you want to host this for a second, I'll see if I can find an image of that, or Eddie, if you have one, we can show that.
Which one?
The Odd Frog action figure.
Other than what's on Instagram, I think there's a reel.
I think I have some in here somewhere.
I need to go get some more coffee because if I don't grab coffee, I'm going to start drinking this scotch that's right next to me.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah, you make that sound like it's bad thing. Hey, you guys want to hear Kelly's theme song for technology?
you know what? Why don't I just show some pages of it real quick here? We can do that.
There's an idea.
Yeah, I've never done a comic book. I did a graphic novel for a friend of mine that was a Western that was really fun to do. But it's just like, okay, I got to do my own. And so, yeah, I've been working on this for about a year now. And let me know if you guys can see that.
Yep. Go ahead and zoom in on it, though.
So he's a frog. This is the first page where I'm kind of establishing that like it's a city. And, you know, for me, he's kind of like everything that I loved about pop culture wrapped into one. He's kind of my Spider-Man and Ninja Turtle. And, you know, he uses his tongue and hops from car to car like Frogger instead of swinging through the streets on a web and stuff like that. So I tried to play up the frog aspect of him. And, yeah, we're really getting close to done.
Zoom in, buddy.
Man, I hope there's no pigeons in that world.
Maybe he eats them. There you go.
Yes, I can. Although, could you?
No, it's good. I just wanted to zoom in a little bit.
The stuff I have of that.
There you go. Stay on that page for a second.
Is on Instagram, or do I have it in here?
Now, you guys do have a prototype of this. I know. I've seen it.
Yeah, I'll look for that in a second.
How good is the articulation on this thing? I would imagine you guys went all out on that.
Oh, it's pretty bonkers. Yeah,
There's,
like you can,
let me see.
yeah, see if you can find one, Eddie. Is that all the pages I have in here? I have some better pages.
It's all good. We're pushing the bandito.
Yeah, we're pushing the bandito. But I have pictures of him with the bandito, and he's, you know, it's perfect scaling. There's in the second issue, the Odd Frog actually uses the bandito to escape.
Yeah, I put
like
him up on my screen. Share my screen real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, somebody has to present it.
No, you go down to present, Eddie, and just pick.
Where's the theme song at, Mike?
I gotta pick one for Eddie. He's usually on.
Eddie hasn't had coffee this morning yet.
And then let me look for. I don't have any of it on this computer.
No? It's got to be it. It could just be like Skids with a crash, you know, like. That'd be perfect for the chop shop.
Oh, okay.
Can you zoom in at all, Ed?
There you go.
I muted you.
I don't know if you can hear the music or not, but.
Oh, well, we can turn it back on, but can you zoom in at all?
No. Oh, man.
That's all right. Yeah, wow.
Nice.
Like the character.
Yeah, so that was the initial first articulation prototype. There's a little adjustments we need to make, a couple of tweaks here and there to extend some of the articulation, but the range we were able to get on our first go, on our first figure was, I mean, I think it was actually really good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I don't have any of the Malone art, but we'd love to see some. Tony, if you want to have anything you want to share.
Let's see if I have anything primed and ready to go. Give me just a second.
And then while we've got Marcelo here too, I just want to give a shout out to Deadly Dioramas, who put us in contact with Marcelo. He's also a part of the team, and you know, we're going to be building some pretty big stuff with him in the future as well, as far as dioramas, play sets, and little modular things and games.
Yeah,
I don't have anything on the tablet, unfortunately, but if you guys are okay with it, then we can just break the news here.
Yeah.
When I saw
it,
David, you okay?
Oh yeah, do it.
Okay. All right. I didn't want to get in trouble. All right. So when I saw the Bandito, I was like, muscle car, love it, gotta have it. And then I thought about it, I'm like, what would even be cooler, because I have a certain character who this car is just made for. It was like a match made in heaven, like peanut butter and chocolate, Reese's peanut butter cups.
Yep.
Character named Dalton Malone, former special forces, no nonsense, tough as nails guy. He's just basically, for all intents and purposes, just a badass. And this character is perfect for the vehicle. I immediately thought of it. And with the team here at Odd Frog and Mr. Varner, we put something together, and we're going to be bringing you the first 6-inch Advent Comics character to go along with the Bandito, Dalton Malone. So yeah, it's going to be fire. And with their permission, we'll show some of the art. Like I said, I have it on my phone. I don't have it on the tablet. I apologize. I'm so sorry.
No worries. Yeah.
But I'm truly excited about this. You guys don't know how much the kid in me is screaming right now to be a part of this and to have a toy and a vehicle to play with. I mean, I can't wait. I'm playing with mine. I'm getting at least 2. One to keep on the shelf and one to actually play with. So that's what it is.
Well, you can pre-order today for free. So
definitely.
No,
But yeah, it's going to be a badass concept. And like I said, the Bandito already is head and shoulders above everything else. So I just want to be able to add a little portion to the world you guys are creating. And I want to thank you for allowing me to do so.
Thank you, sir. We're honored. And then let's get back over here to Shadow Nose Network real quick. You guys have some stuff that's in the works. So you care to talk about that at all?
Yeah, we've got a couple of things. One thing I want to say about the Bandito that really kind of grasps is that I think most of us are from and I don't know Mr. Kittle, but the rest of us are mostly from Southern California. And I grew up in a huge car community. And I actually have a 52 GMC truck that is hot rod black. And the minute I saw this car, the thing that came to me was this embraces the car culture so well that you don't see that side inside of inside toys. You see it in other parts of social media, see it in films and everything. But when it came to a 112 representation, like you said, you could put Blade in, you could put any other character in. That's the thing that I looked at the Bandito, especially with the low riders, because out here you see them all the time. It just grasped the thought of that someone put it in the thinking that this was something that needed the community, even though we didn't know we wanted it. Now we look at it and say we've got to have it.
We definitely got to have it. Yeah,
So that's the one thing. But over here, we've been working on it again. Chet is more or less the toy photographer supreme. I just been getting in it. Now, the one thing about the Bandito, I just picked up the Operation the Monster Force Kilowog. So there's got to be a convertible version because this big werewolf is not going to fit inside.
He might.
No, Kelly, that thing is huge. That thing is huge. I haven't had the Bandito
7.5 inches, 8 inches.
I think it's close to almost about 8, 9.
Wow.
The back seat.
And then he's got articulated tails, but he's going to need the convertible version to get into that, though. But we're going to be taking a bunch of photos with that. Again, Studio 112, we've been really working on that. Chet's been masterminding that. He's breaking all of our bank accounts, getting all the photography equipment and the backdrops and everything. He's even gotten to the point where you want to tell him about the digital background that you created, Chet?
Oh, sweet.
Can't hear you, brother. You must
hear you. You're muted.
It must have been Eddie's fault. I have a so I've converted my entire garage into a studio, and there's a giant digital wall and digital background that's matte, so you can really change it, and it's got multiple layers, so you can actually put the car in between the layers of the digital backgrounds. So there's a lot happening. Over on the Shadow Nose Network, we tend to look for things that interest us, and then figure out how we could bring that to the community. And so, we're also working on and finalizing a comic run, which is from the brain of Mr. Storm himself. And there's a few things stemming from that. Side note too, one of the things that we love to do that I've done personally is produce board games. And so a lot of the times when we're looking at our comics or toys or anything in this community, I'm always in my head like, I think I could create a card game for that. I did a Kickstarter for it. It was successful. It's been sold worldwide. So it's always about how can you get involved. So when you look at like the Odd Frog just group of like brains that are existing just even in this small chat, it's really exciting to see this era of toys, because all of us remember the Toys R Us, the KB toy stores, the wanting to have everyone wanted the USS flag, but none of us had a room big
Get the
enough.
money to afford it, right?
Yeah.
My best friend did. My best friend had that. Everybody came
He
to his
did?
crib.
Yeah,
Man, I wanted that so bad.
Now you can buy the 1/12 scale and print it yourself. So we're there's a lot of really cool stuff happening over on the Shadow Nose Network. We do the Toy Box Chronicles on Wednesdays on YouTube, and then Fridays we do Pixel Plastic Inc., which is just a big discussion around what's happened in pop culture. But Toy Box Chronicles is really just trying to find up and coming toy, whatever it is, if you're a collector, if you're a designer, whatever that is, and try to bring light to that. And so I'm excited to be part of the community. It's something that we're all passionate about, and we'll see what happens. So
Love it.
Hey guys, can I add two really quick things, if you don't mind?
Yeah. Oh, please.
Okay. All right. The first thing is, I'm talking about this Dalton Malone character. You guys probably don't even know who the hell he is, but Dalton Malone is.
Pull him up if you can see it. I don't know if you guys can see this.
He's the title character from a book called Southside. Dalton Malone comes back from the military to the main street of Washington, D.C. to find out who murdered his best friend. So it's a hard-hitting, all-action, hard-as-nails book. It's also mature readers because of adult situations, language, nudity, and graphic violence. Also, the latest issue, Southside #4, hits comic book shops on the 15th of this month. So if you don't know who he is, go out and get an issue, find out who he is. But we're going to do something special. I want to do something special for the guys at Odd Frog for letting Malone be a part of this whole thing. We're going to do an exclusive mini comic. So when Malone gets his Bandito vehicle, we're going to have an exclusive comic that's going to come along with that. So just want to do something special for the guys.
So if you ever want a voice for him, it's not me, but I know the guy that would be perfect for this character.
Let's talk, brother. Let's talk.
That wasn't all about you there, Mike.
Well, no, I mean, I'm good at certain things, but I know another voice actor that would be perfect for this guy.
Let's talk. Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. And that's it. I'm sorry, guys. Those are two.
I think he's going to be dope,
Absolutely.
man. I mean,
that's so awesome. I love the art. Let me ask you, do you do the art?
No, I write the stories. My artist is out of Mexico. We got an international team on this. Artist Chepe Rios is out of Mexico. We have the colorist born and bred South Philly, Oracle. Letter Squids is our letterer, and then the guy who does a lot of production on the book is from Spain. So it's been a ride, because this was just something. It was supposed to be a one shot, a love letter to my hometown of Washington D.C., and it blew up. Meaning, I mean, it went to a second print run, the first issue, and every issue after that sold out, and it's gotten bigger and bigger. And everybody's like, "Oh, we love that Malone." I mean, people are calling him like the Black Punisher meets Wolverine. I mean, they're like, "We need more Malone." So I didn't expect it to blow up like it did, but we decided to make it an ongoing thing. So you're going to be seeing a lot more Malone over the course of the year. So
that is so cool. What a dream come true that must be. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Nice.
And the
That is
figure's
cool.
gonna be dope, you know, with the weapons, you know, with the
Oh, yeah.
look and everything. I mean, it's like, you know, like Tony said, man, this would be like your Punisher, you know, your version of the Punisher, you know, your version of Blade, or in like just this badass character, your version, your Malone with the Bandito, you know, and they go hand in hand, you know, two badass characters, you know, that is part of the collection. And it's going to be some really cool, fun things involved with that too.
And I got to throw the guys from Odd Frog in there too, if they don't mind.
Oh,
gotta get you guys, gotta put you guys immortalized.
That's my dream. I think I used to write into the back of comics like, yes, put me in it.
Okay. As long as I have your permission, I'll put you and Eddie in it.
Oh,
you gotta throw Dave in there too.
100%.
We're actually going to be in the comic too.
Yeah.
So you know that's a dream come true, I think, for all of us to actually
absolutely.
be a part, you know, to be a part of a comic book. You know, that's what inspired us all. So that's even dope.
The pencils are done on it. Like I said, I don't have any on the tablet because I work a lot off my phone and everything's on the phone. But I will put it on. You know, once you guys okay it, I'll put it up on social media and you know let the world see what's coming down the pipe.
Absolutely, that's so cool.
Kelly, what T-shirt are you wearing there, Kelly?
Oh, what is this? This is
Toymerks.
I had a little bit of a hand in this too. I made it printable.
You did, yeah. I did the design by you know basically stealing images offline and just kind of cutting it up, and then I blew it up and saw how fuzzy it was, and I was like, Kelly, fix this for me.
Hey, I love the greatest band in the world. I used to do some stuff for them back in the day. You know what I mean? I got yelled at by Gene Simmons.
You don't want to know about marketing.
Gene is the man. Yeah.
Kiss knows about marketing.
Oh yeah. Kiss had a movie. These guys are awesome.
Yeah, right. And a comic book.
I remember the comics. Yeah.
You know, the real funny thing about him wearing that shirt is we had a conversation on Friday, and we basically just got drunk talking online together, and I was like, you better wear that shirt on Sunday, and he's like, yeah, I'll make sure to send you a link too. He remembered the shirt.
Oh, sweet.
But he forgot my link.
I can sculpt a ZBrush, I can draw in Photoshop, but some of this stuff I'm not too good at. So, well, guys, I just want to thank everybody for being here so much. We'll probably wrap up the show with this. Once again, guys, go to Nerdzoic, go to Hella Dope Toys. You know, support us over there. Those guys have been great to us, and we want you to pre-order over there. We're at about 85,000 plus in pre-order sales and commitments right now. So,
and how much do we need?
We need shipping. We need a lot of stuff, but to go into production, we need about 115, 120,000. So we're right there. Yeah, we're very close.
Place your orders, guys. Place your
orders.
Definitely.
The time is now. It's coming this year. We have other big reveals coming soon.
And remember, you don't have to pay for your order until it goes into production. Exactly. And they're going to send y'all an email and let you know.
Yeah, now I do think at Hella Dope and Nerdzoic, I think you have to put down $1 or something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put these on my socials when we get out of here.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll link everything too. Tony, we'll make sure and get links when I go to edit this later. It takes a while to upload, but we'll put all the links in. Shadow Knows, we'll put you guys in there. And Marcelo, will put you in there as well, brother. Thank you for being on. Even though the connection wasn't that great, it looks like it worked out. So, and then as soon as we hear back from Johnny, I'll let you know.
Okay.
But David, do you have anything you want to wrap up? And Eddie after that, or?
Yeah, man. Thank you guys for having me. I can't wait for us to be able to showcase everything, and we're going to announce, not only the Lon Chaney, but also the Advent Comics Malone versions. We'll have that on socials. Hit us up. We're readily available. You can reach me at David Vonner on Instagram, David Vonner on Facebook. I got merch, my Vonner Studios merch and
for the culture. For the culture.
You can hit that at Spreadshirt. And hey man, I just love being a big kid, love being a fan, and just love being a part of this fraternity that we have, man. this awesome group in this community that we have that can actually change some things, man. Like, let's let toys change the world. You know what I mean? We changed. We tried a lot of things, man, but let's let toys be the vehicle for change. You know what I mean? No pun intended, but a pun intended. So let's do it up, man. Let's hit the gas and get going. Place those orders. Place those orders.
Place the orders, guys. Get your Bandito today. Nerdzoic. Eddie, you got anything?
I mean, no, we're just here trying to make dreams come true. Like, you know, I don't know. At some point in life, you realize that there's more to it, and you have to just, you know, take that leap and do what you want to do, what makes you happy, and that's why we're kind of all sitting here trying to connect the dots in this mystery of life and just make our dreams come true. You know, supporting other creatives, helping our dreams come true. You know, we have people like David Varner and Tony and Chet and everybody and Alex who see the vision, and then that, I mean, the more people who see the vision, the more collective energy and thought that goes into it. I mean, it's bound to happen. It just takes dedication, persistence, and that's what we're doing here. We're dedicated, we're persistent, and we're going to make shit happen.
True words were never spoken, brother.
Absolutely.
Thank you, man.
Guys,
all
thank
of us,
you.
everyone who is watching, please keep in mind you can email us or instant message any one of us, and we'll answer any questions.
Definitely.
And just know that once this Bandito gets out there, it's just phase
It's gonna
one
blow up.
in a
It's
huge
game
picture.
on.
There's
Yeah,
gonna be a
it's gonna
lot more
Oh,
stuff
man.
coming down the.
We got to hear from Hal and Jim Jackson just one time.
Yes, guess what?
All right, Carla, we got you on the line.
Yeah, that's him. I never would have thought that was you.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's
That's what I'm talking
Bandito,
about.
baby.
Right.
Oh.
Marcelo, you want to give a final shout out
Yeah.
before we go?
Yeah, one thing that I would love to say is that I am a really big fan of the muscle cars, you know. And when I saw the Bandito, it was like a fusion between two worlds. The G.I. Joe collecting, all the action figure stuff, you know. It reminds me the time when I was a kid, the Mad Max movies, the original movies.
Yeah.
Was like,
Bandito Gaslands, we got
That's
it.
it. That's it.
it's like that, you know. I think that you will find that people that maybe are not into the collecting stuff will get the Bandito because of the muscle car lovers, you know.
That's what we're trying to do. We're
That's
trying
what
to
we're
bring,
hoping for.
Yeah, we're trying to bring people together, action figure lovers and car enthusiasts, and merge those worlds together with toy photography and customizability and radio and music.
Hey, we're just some good old boys. We don't mean any harm.
No, you never saw me.
Well, maybe we mean a little bit of harm.
Hey, welcome, Clanable. We're just about done.
What's up, Clanable? Guys, Clanable's been with us from the beginning. Clanable, go check out Clanable's art. Clanable does absolutely amazing dioramas, just meticulous. Dead Man, you got anything you want to wrap up with? And we'll go to Shadow Nose, and then we'll close it out.
Well, I'll tell you.
We'll go to Tony and close it out.
I'll tell you, Toy Mercs, the Toy Mercs page hit 4,000 followers.
Congratulations, brother.
Last week, and there's going to be a giveaway coming up, and I don't want to give away what any of that's going to be yet, but it ain't going to just be Toy Mercs t-shirts. I'll tell you that much. I got something really nice in mind, and I will, once it shows up, I'll show you.
Oh man, Rhino says he passed on the ramen toys for the Bandito. Thank
That's
you, brother.
That was a good move. That was a good move.
we won't let you down. Shadow Nose, what you guys got to close out?
Well, two things. You can't just buy one. You can't just buy one Bandito. You've got to buy two.
Yes.
Because if you're looking at this item, it's does not need to be just one. You're gonna want two.
Yeah.
Whether you want to keep one in the box, because I'm sure that box art's going to be absolutely fantastic, or just have them both on
yes, it is.
Just have them driving down the street together. Definitely buy two. From there, hey, catch us on Toy Box Chronicles Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Times, or on Friday nights on Pixel Plastic Inc. Pop culture all kind of thrown in. And that's also at 7 p.m. at Pacific Standard Time and 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And other than that, I know, Chet, you want to give them the Studio 112 and all the other breakdowns?
Yeah, I mean, it's we talk about it. We try to have a multitude of different guests in the toy industry, the comic industry, on Toy Box Chronicles. We think that's super important. So if you're watching this and you're a photographer, you're a designer, a modeler, whatever it is, we're always looking to have you as a guest. We're getting ready to do a pretty big toy photography roundtable with some of the biggest toy photographers in the industry. Really excited that they said yes, and it's going to be. Can't really announce it yet, but I guarantee you that it's going to be happening sooner than later. And yeah, we're launching for Shadow Knows Network. We're launching Studio 112, which is a big project, and always looking for that. We have our own customization line now for Studio 112. So yeah, a lot of great things in progress. And Mr. Storm said the rest, and some comics coming down the way, some potential action figures, board games, everything that we can do. And then I don't know, now I gotta put in my application to bring one of the Chet Maddox shows over to Bandito Radio.
Absolutely.
Figure out what I'm gonna do with that. But
send the car over to your studio to get some shots.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Definitely.
we just got the last of the equipment in last week, so just learning that equipment, but would love to have it. There is a shot I want to do. So while everyone's talking about buying 3 Banditos, I realize that I probably need to order about 6.
Okay.
And the issue with that is that I don't know if we have any empty shells I can blow up, but I have some ideas for some photography that is unreal. And it's not to blow it up because I don't like it; it's because I need the shots. So,
you hear that, guys? 25 more orders left after he buys his 6.
Now we just have to get the accountants
but I'm
to
literally
that.
not, so, yeah.
Awesome,
I'm
guys.
gonna break our bankroll again. Yeah.
I know he is.
And then Tony, the closer, plug yourself and take us out.
All right. Well, like I said, just keep an eye out for Advent Comics. We're celebrating our 15th anniversary. We have a big 15th anniversary project coming out this year. Some of the big names like Ron Mars, Bart Sears, some of the top echelon of comic books, some beginners that you've never heard of. We're bringing our next 15-year batch of artists along with us. We also have a little project called the Epiphany Engine that's coming out this year as well. Made a ton of noise this year. Over 40 Black comic book publishers got together underneath Advent Comics. We're doing a single crossover book, bringing all types of superheroes together. So that's going to be a huge part of our 15th anniversary. And we're just bringing you super dope comics for all walks of life, no matter who you are, what you're into, all genres. And we're coming. And I just want to say thank you again to each and every one of you on this panel for letting Advent Comics be involved in this. You guys are amazing. I've always wanted to do something like this since I've been a kid. And you guys are helping me make a dream come true. So thank you so much. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you, Tony. We
Likewise.
appreciate you too, sir. Thank you very much. Guys, from all of us here at Odd Frog Entertainment, we appreciate you coming to the chat. We appreciate the support for the Bandito. Go buy it. Nerdzoic, Odd Frog Entertainment, and Hella Dope Toys. Thanks again, you guys. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you all soon.
Take care.
Peace.